Hey, what is up, guys? This is Church of Caboose bringing you another video. I say another video because this is going to be mostly about Borderlands. Borderlands 3 comes out in a week, and I am pretty pumped about it. In this video, I'm going to try to compare Borderlands with Destiny, so that way if you're kind of like me and didn't really ever play Borderlands before, you have a better idea if you think you will like it or not, as opposed to either waiting to buy it and then being really far behind people, or buying it and then being very disappointed. So that's kind of the goal of the video. We're going to talk about the release dates because they're a little bit wonkier than we're used to with Destiny. Things that I'm excited about. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the characters and their skill trees. I'll try to relate them to Destiny characters. As I have found from researching, it's going to be really tough to relate them to a Destiny character, but I'm going to do my best. So here we go. Alright guys, the release date's September 13th at midnight. If you're on console, that's midnight on the East Coast. If you're on PC, that is midnight by UK summertime. Don't know why they decided to go with one time zone for console and one time zone for another, but it is what it is. And unfortunately fortunately for you PC players, that means you will get to activate your account and start playing by 7 p.m. Eastern time, whereas it's Eastern time midnight as soon as it turns to September 13th or maybe 12:01. And everyone else is based off of that time zone. So anyways, that's when the game is released. You are able to preload it 48 hours ahead of time. So you get 2 days to install that sucker and decide what you want to get rid of if you're running out of space and whatever. You get 2 days to figure that all out, which I am looking forward to. I hate when I log into a game that just came out and I have to download it, and my friend's internet is faster than me, and I'm like, oh, by myself. And it's really sad. Anyways, you guys are welcome. You're blessed. You get to hear me sing. Anyways, now we're going to look into what I am excited about. Things I'm excited about. Guns. One of the reasons why I love Destiny is there's guns you can farm for. There's loot. You want to try and get everything. All the exotics. All the pinnacles. All the loot you can get your grubby little hands on. Or I guess my grubby little hands on. And Borderlands has 1 billion of them. Oh my gosh. So according to an article, and I'll have all the articles in the description down below. So if you feel like fact checking me or just looking into it and getting more details, feel free to do that. But anyways, according to an article, one of the, top dogs with Gearbox was like, yeah, there's actually way more than 1 billion guns. There's at least 1 billion. He's like, I'm not sure how many total there are because there's too many, but there's way over 1 billion guns. You guys will never have stuff to run out of. I do know that there's different variations and augmentations you can do to skills and guns, and so I'm not sure if it's like 1 billion like set roll guns, and then they count like the augmentations like alien weapons and stuff like that. As like a different gun. I don't know, but anyways, that's just what I noticed. Taking an educated guess that there might be 1 billion set rolls, and then all the variations and augmentations are what make it way more than 1 billion. I'm also excited about the Endgame. Something we loved with Destiny 2 was the Horde mode of Escalation Protocol, and Blinding Well went over pretty well with the community as well. And Borderlands 3 has got like a Mayhem mode, which is, well, it's not a horde mode, but so we got Proving Grounds, which is not quoted by this article MMORPG as being a horde mode, but it talks about clearing rooms as fast as you can within a time limit. And then they have like the Slaughter Circle, which is called horde mode by the article. So I would expect nothing more than being chased after by like thousands of ads, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, and then you don't, and everyone feels great. And there's also things like Guardian ranks, so when you hit max power level, you can keep ranking up to give yourself extra gear. They might have raids, but there's not a whole lot of information out on that. So there's lots of endgame stuff. So if you're someone who loves the Destiny 2, or Destiny 2 or Destiny 1 endgame with the raid, and like comp and stuff like that, I don't know, if you love endgame, then you got plenty of endgame with Borderlands 3. And then I'm also pretty excited about how the loot is going to work. Now, I didn't play much of Borderlands 2, but when I did play, I noticed I almost never got loot. And apparently it was because I was one of the last people to get to the chest every time. And so I guess how it works, let's just say hypothetically a chest has 10 loot items in it. And the first guy to get there is like, I'm going to take all 10. Well, then no one else gets any loot. Whereas now, if it drops, the loot chest has 10 items in it, then everyone can run up and get all 10 items or pick what they want and leave the rest. Like, you're not limited by how fast or how slow you are to finding that chest, which I think is pretty cool. Something else that I'm looking forward to with Borderlands is Borderlands tends to be pretty funny. So if you like Cade 6 and like Failsafe and their weird jokes and stuff, you'll probably get a hoot out of Borderlands. Like one of the things Borderlands is doing is you can customize like your home living space that's like on the ship that's outside of the atmosphere, and you can put like the heads of enemies you've killed that you want to show off, and they mount them up like you're a hunter or something. Not like like an animal hunter, and so that's kind of different. And so like they just do wacky stuff like that. And so if you like the I guess humor from Cade and Failsafe, you'll probably enjoy that same similar kinds of deal from Borderlands. Then we've also got with Borderlands the art. The art is definitely more comic book like. So if the comic book like as opposed to more going for like a real life look is going to drive you nuts, then you probably shouldn't get Borderlands because it looks like a comic book. I mean, to me, the art looks very artsy and like a comic book. Whereas Destiny 2 tends to be a little bit more real life. That's just my opinion, though. All right, now let's look at real quick some of these characters. So if I wanted to get super duper detailed on them, this video would be like 5 hours long because you get 6 skill trees or tier trees, and they got like 3 super type or skill actions per character, and they got all kinds of funkiness. But if you would like to check that all out, the website for it is mentalmars.com. mentalmars.com. That's, and it's in the description below. So I'm just going to give you guys summaries. So let's first start off. This is probably a character I'm strongly considering about being myself. We are going to look at Amara as soon as she pops up here. Oh, hang on. My internet is not working quite how it's supposed to, and that's bumming me out. So just give me a real quick second. Amara is essentially like a Titan. While I'm pulling all of this up, so I'll give you more of the details. She's basically a Titan. What she does is she has these different, like, almost arc-looking type, like, projections that spawn around her. One of them is like 6 arms that she gets. Another one's a fist that pops up out of the ground and traps dudes. And another one's like sending like a projection of herself forward that damages and kills stuff that are all in her way, which I find to be rather entertaining. To me, that seems incredibly fun. Then we've got, so here we go. So a lot of her perks and things are more geared around weapons, increasing weapon damage at short range, increasing melee damage. So to me, it screams being very much up and in people's faces. So that's kind of like a Juggernaut Titan. So if you love Titan, you might really enjoy Amara the Siren. Now we've got Mose the Gunner. He unfortunately has less customizability than Amara does. Amara, you can kind of, do augments and stuff like that. But Mose the Gunner, you can't do as much of that. So here we go. Mose is previously known as a bot jock because she spawns in, but they're calling the Iron Bear. It's kind of like a Titan from Titanfall, if you know that game. It's just basically like an iron robot that has all these different guns. And her whole thing is you more or less are using her skills to increase your Iron Bear, is how I'm interpreting it. So that way you get, like you're building up your robot, and you can get, at different points your robot can get different guns, and you can do all kinds of craziness. But you're not as free with how you get to augment your character skill trees and that kind of thing. You're rather limited in that respect. Now we've got Flack the Beastmaster. He is also a little limited. He can't do quite as much stuff. He's kind of similar to Moses Gunner, other than he summons in like dogs and the Spider Ranch thing. He's like, you can get beasts, you upgrade your beasts. These beasts do different things like attacking enemies and giving you health, that sort of deal. So you're all about trying to level up your beast, so that way you can support people. So to me, it seems very much like a support class. So Amara is the Titan. Mose the Gunner is kind of maybe like almost like a well warlock. You can be like, oh no, I'm about to die, or there's a lot of stuff. Spawn a robot when you're like Well of Radiance. Oh no, I'm about to die, or there's a lot of stuff. I want to do more damage. Drop a Well of Radiance. So that's how I would take it. Flack the Beastmaster, I got no idea. Maybe like a combination of Hunter and Warlock, because the beasts are kind of like, oh crap, I'm about to die. And then the Hunter part, because it's kind of like you're trying to be a little sneaky and you can kind of do some little extra funky stuff. But the Fleet the Beastmaster is not also super customizable. Now, Zane, if you love customizing, Zane the Operative, he will be your man. He can have 2 skill actions. Everyone else gets 1. He can do, but if you do 2 skill actions, you don't get grenades. You can do all kinds of augmentations to his skills trees that other characters don't let you do. And so he's all about the gadgets and trying to just have as much crap as possible. So if you love just customizing and really just tweaking, Zane's probably your guy. Your dude. So anyways, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I really hope that me trying to compare Borderlands 3 and what I know about it to Destiny 2 was helpful. I have never played much of Borderlands, and so I really wanted to find a nice balance of not finding everything ahead of time and getting rid of some of the surprise for me when I hop in, and being able to give you guys enough information to help you make an informed decision about if you would like to buy the game, wait and see. If you're waiting to see because you want to see gameplay, you can always hit me up on Twitch. It's my gamer tag, Church of Caboose, because I'll be playing a lot of that once it comes out, once Borderlands comes out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you appreciate this video, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. If you would like to see more content from me, whether it's Destiny 2, a Shadowkeep, or Borderlands, because yes, I'll be doing both. This is becoming a full-time job. Then feel free to hit subscribe so you can stay the most up to date on both of those things. And one advantage, I guess, to following more people with Borderlands is there's so much stuff and customizations with Borderlands that it'd be incredibly hard to find one person who can give you absolutely everything. So there's a billion guns. To my knowledge, and this could be wrong because again, I didn't want to spoil myself everything, you can only pick one character, kind of like Skyrim and those other games where you can pick like one character and you're kind of stuck with them unless you make a new account, that kind of thing. That is my knowledge, and if that is true, then unless you happen to somehow find a YouTuber who makes 4 alt accounts, it might be nice to just find all the guys that do Borderlands and subscribe to them. But anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm Church of Caboose. Have a great week, yo wonderful bastards, and happy grinding, y'all.